Hey guys, welcome back to the channel again. I haven't done a video since I did the wrap reveal. You guys saw this color. I'm still in love with this green, by the way. I just love it. I'm just not even gonna get into it. But anyway, it's been a while. I have been doing a few things off camera on the car, small little touches. I'll show you guys and we'll do just a quick walk around towards the end of this video. But for today's episode, what I'm actually going to be getting into is these parts from GKTech. What I did end up getting from them was a diff brace. Now I'm not obviously drifting or doing anything crazy with this car, but the way that this diff is supported, it's really just by one bolt in the subframe, and it's pretty much a weak point. I figure this is cheap backup, cheap support, just something else to help hold that diff in place, hold it a little bit stiffer. So we're gonna go ahead and get this installed today. It is a quick install. It's literally just 3 bolts. 2 of these bolts will replace bolts that are currently in the diff. And this third one will actually be the support for the subframe. So 3 easy bolts, some quick added support, and we're gonna go ahead and get into this now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing jacked up. I think I'm gonna try to just jack up one side, because I really don't feel like getting this thing on jack stands right now. But we'll go ahead, we'll jack up one side of the car, just high enough to get under it with some clearance. And it is only just 3 bolts. I think all 3 are 14 mils. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that all together. So let's go ahead and get this jacked up. We'll slide under the car and start loosening those bolts out, and then we'll start replacing them with the new ones. All right, so slight correction. So these are the 2 bolts that we'll be removing today. You can see one here and one there. So the factory ones on here are 14 mil, but the new bolts from GK that come with the diff brace are 17. So just keep that in mind. I didn't raise the car enough, so I'm gonna use my impact to break these bolts out. And then I'll probably use a torque wrench to try to, close them back up as close to spec as possible. So yeah, let's go ahead and break these open. Alright guys, if it's kind of windy, I apologize. My fan is running because it is hot in Florida. But let's go ahead and get these 2 bolts loosened up. Oh, those are actually much looser than I thought they would have been. Let's get that one. And much shorter than I thought too. Alright, so you can put those aside. You won't be needing those anymore, for the time being at least. And then the brace itself is going to come into position here. And we're going to go ahead and grab these 2 bolts. So, ooh, that feels like it's cross-threading. That doesn't feel good. I don't like how that feels. Okay, so it's fine. It's just me. Alright guys, went and grabbed the flashlight because it's getting a little dark outside. Looks like we're gonna get some afternoon rain. But let's go ahead and see if we can get these first 2 bolts in place. I tried a second ago, but it kind of felt like it wanted to cross thread. But let's see if we can get this in without the cross thread sensation. There we go. All right, before I tighten these down more, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get that bolt in through the subframe at the top. So it does come with this like extended washer. I don't know what you call these. A sleeve, I guess. And the sleeve just kind of goes through there, and then the bolt should go straight through. Now I do need to crawl myself over to the other side to see how it's sitting. So let's go take a look. Alright, so I'm in a pretty weird angle, so I'm not going to be able to keep the camera going while I do this part. But right there, you can see the bolt coming through the subframe, so we're just going to throw a washer over it, and there's a nut that was supplied that will go there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on off camera, because, yeah, you know, I can't, I only have two hands. So I'll get that on, and then we'll come back and we'll tighten up these two bolts down here. It looks like you guys might be able to stay on with me, but this is a cramped space, and I don't have the smallest hands in the world either, so let's give this a shot. Alright, washer on, and this is the nut that they supply. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that on too. Try to. Alright, so we got that started. I'm gonna go ahead and keep tightening these down. Alright, quick pause because it just started pouring. Just gotta move this fan real quick so it doesn't get wet. Don't want any electrical issues going on. But also, while I'm out, you guys ever buy tools and forget you have them and then never use them? Yeah, so it's probably a good time to try this thing out. Got it for Father's Day and haven't used it yet, so Father's Day is coming up, but happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. He's 17, so let's go ahead and give this thing a try. I feel like you're supposed to oil this or something. I guess we'll find out after. And definitely tighten that one more than the bottom one, but again, I want to torque these down. Which reminds me, I got another tool, but we'll get there in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up that one in the corner up there, up by the subframe. I think this wrench will get around it from the back side, but we'll see. While I'm down here, I'm actually looking at this diff bushing. It looks a little cracked. Yay for me. If you guys want to take a peek, never really paid attention to it, but it's definitely some cracking going on in that bushing, so that's gonna have to get replaced eventually. All right, so we got that top bolt nice and tightened up, and then these are just kind of snug. Well, yeah, that one's kind of mostly snug too. So I'm gonna grab another tool that I bought that I haven't used yet and give it a try. Let's go grab it up $2. Alright guys, so this is the next tool that I have that I haven't used yet. Oh, it's right here actually. It's this torque adapter thingamajig that I found in Harbor Freight. Now the reason that I got this was because I found a lot of the times that I was working under the car, I just didn't really have enough space to get my actual torque wrench in. So this thing was on sale, and I figured I'd give it a try. And I think today's a perfect time to test it. So basically, you're supposed to just like turn it on, set it to. Ooh, yeah, we don't want that. Set it to the torque spec that you need. In this case, I think it's like 32. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down to 32. That beep is annoying, I'll tell you that. So it's set for 32 now. And what I need is, here's my cell. Oh, there we go. That. So essentially, once we get under the car and we start turning, this thing is supposed to measure torque for us. Again, it's good for cramped spaces because I can put it on my regular 1/2-inch ratchet and not have to worry about the length of the handle on my actual 1/2-inch torque wrench. So this is great for under the car or like those little tight spaces that you need to get your torque specs in properly. I don't always do torque specs, but when I do, it's nice to have things like this. All right, so what we're looking for with this is the same as any of those other digital torque wrenches. Essentially, once we get to the reading we need or we set it to, should get a nice beep out of it. So let's see. And that's reading at, there we go. That one's good. And let's get this one. I think the only annoying thing is you can't really see the screen as you're turning, depending on the space you're using, so. I'm gonna wait to hear that longer beep, and we know that we're there. There we go. And then we gotta get that top one, but I don't know if it'll spin with the socket on the back, so. I mean, with the nut on the back, I think I need to go back there and hold the nut. Pause. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. I quit at trying to get that top bolt exactly the spec in terms of torque because I don't know if you can see up there, but what am I pointing at? So you guys see how this bracket, let me change this. See how this bracket has an angle? It's blocking the wrench from sitting flush on the nut, and I don't want to strip it because when it comes time to do diff service on this diff again, if I need to do a drain and fill, the fill bolt is behind this. So I don't want to be put in a position where I'm stuck and I can't get this brace off. So tight enough is good enough for now in terms of that one. The other two are torque to spec, so I'm okay there. But that's it for this diff install, guys. Well, not diff, but diff brace install. Again, the only thing holding this diff up is this one stud here. And as you guys can see, that bushing is starting to dry rot, so it's something that I have to look into soon. Well, not too soon, but eventually. But this brace should help support some of that weight and some of the pressure and tension coming from the diff onto the subframe. So that's it for this. Let's go do a quick walk around of the car. Alright guys, so just before we close out, some quick updates. As you can see, I did go ahead and get the underglow installed. I should have probably recorded, but sometimes I feel like waiting to record means that I'll just never get it done, or it'll take me 2 times as long to do it when I want to do it really quickly. But we did go ahead and get it wired. I did end up going with 1 up lighting for the underglow. It's the same underglow I had on my Mazda 6 before. I had mixed feelings about it previously because I would always have issues with battery drain, and then the little computer brain module things kept failing. So what I did this time was I actually put a switch between the battery and the brain module so I can fully turn it off when it's not in use. So I don't have to worry about the battery drain, and hopefully part of that saves whatever issues I was having with the actual module itself that controls it. But yeah, we did go ahead and get that installed. This is not what I'm leaving. I'm still trying to figure out how I want it to look, but just to give you guys a look of what it is. So the other thing that I did get done was adding on this body molding, like fender liner molding. Not fender liner, but over fender trim or molding, whatever you want to call it. I feel like it just adds a little touch to the over fender as opposed to just like the raw edge that was there just laying against the body of the car. This separation I thought would look weird. It might to you, but I actually kind of like it. Only thing is I do need to do, I tried coming down the doorway, but it kept getting caught right here as the door was opening and closing, and obviously I didn't know what I was doing, so I cut the edge, not realizing you're supposed to just cut the backing of it to let it fold over a corner. So I'm probably going to do it over, but for now this will do. I think it looks pretty good. I did get it done on this side as well. You can see that there. Now the exhaust that came on this car, I think it was off of a 350Z, but the tips of the exhaust were like titanium burnt and they were too short. So they actually landed somewhere back there behind the diffuser. So what I ended up doing the other day was I took the titanium tips, I drilled some holes, reversed them, and polished them. So now I've got these nice polished tips on here. They are a little dirty right now, but if you look in there, you can kind of see where the titanium was and the hole that was drilled. But again, previously the tip of this, if I use the original holes, it would have been somewhere inside of the diffuser behind the bumper. So we did just get those extended out a little bit more and again polished to match the wheels and kind of the rest of the look of the car. Now in terms of what's up next, probably simple things. I love these easy splitter, side splitters and front splitter, but I really do wish they used a color other than red on here. So I'm probably gonna peel those vinyls off. I mean, I don't mind like having the brand there, but white and red is just the eyesore for me compared to the rest of the car. So I'm probably gonna peel that off of there and off of the side skirts as well, or the side splitters. But in terms of mechanically what's next is actually something I'm kind of dreading doing. So right now this thing has test pipes on it. It smells horribly outside the car and sometimes in the cabin too. So I'm wondering if the gaskets on the test pipes are no good and it's kind of seeping in. But I'm not sure yet. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and get those swapped out. So I did go ahead and order these Burke high flow cats. Came with new gaskets, some new hardware. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And as I mentioned previously, I was having issues with one check engine light that kept recurring. So I did get some fresh O2 sensors to replace as well. I did go with the Denso ones. Apparently that's kind of like the best aftermarket replacement for the VQ. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these installed, but I'm just not looking forward to that installation. I keep hearing and seeing videos about this bolt at the top that you've got to like dig in deep to reach. So that's kind of annoying. But yeah guys, today's video was a really quick one, just to stay active, just to keep up with the car. I'm gonna try to do better about recording all the smaller things I do. Maybe I won't record like a full episode for some of the smaller tasks. I'll just do like a short, like a YouTube short or Instagram reel of some sort. Speaking of Instagram, I did take the car out for pictures the same day that I did the reveal for the wrap color. But I wasn't paying attention, and I accidentally overexposed every single one of those pictures except for maybe 2 or 3 of them that I think I posted like in my stories. But I do need to take the car out and like get some actual pictures of it. I need to get out more frequently in it, but again, some of those things that are annoying me are just like the exhaust smell from the test pipes and not having cats. It kills when I'm in the car. Anywhere I'm going, I get out the car, I smell like straight VQ. So once that's changed, hopefully I can get out more, do more things, record more. I want to start going to like Cars and Coffee in the morning. I already missed like the Central Florida Cars and Coffee. It's like somewhere in Orlando. I wanted to go this month, but I missed it. So in terms of installs and updates, I think we're done for today. I'm sure I'm probably missing some updates, so I'm thinking maybe an episode or 2 from now, maybe I'll do like a walk around. I haven't done an actual walk around or a full walkthrough of the car and the interior and everything kind of together since I originally got the car. So maybe we'll do that in the future. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, do all the things. And until next time, peace out and God bless.